Well, at least one of my picks was correct. It was definitely an interesting playoff run this time around, and I plan to have a separate video next week detailing the teams that didn't make it in. But this package is dedicated to the teams that made it. Show me contestant number one. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda lost faith in these guys. Once Mahomes was injured, I still knew they would win versus Jacksonville, but I thought the Bengals would beat them in the next game. I thought that Joe Burrow would eat that weak defense alive. I thought Mahomes wouldn't be able to keep up. Lo and behold, I was wrong. Mahomes came to life as much as he could with his injury and led his team to a narrow victory and a third Super Bowl appearance in 4 years. Mahomes is a vital part of this equation. His throwing ability is truly generational. I thought he would lead the Chiefs to good things this year, but I thought that losing his best receiver would slow him down. It did not. None of their receivers are dominant, but their tight end is. Travis Kelce is a beast of a tight end, and he would easily be the best one this generation if not for Gronk. Kelce gives receivers like Juju Smith-Schuster and MVS room to maneuver. Defensively, they're not great, but they have difference makers there, most notably Chris Jones. He's a monster of a defensive lineman. It's not the best group overall, but they clamp down when it's needed, so the offense doesn't need to play in shootouts, which they can also do. It's a good team, and a win here would likely change the trajectory of this team overall. It would mean they've won 2 Super Bowls in 4 years and give them dynasty status. Andy Reid would win his second Lombardi and quell any arguments on if he's a Hall of Fame coach or not. I personally wouldn't mind this team winning. They've duked it out with the best of the best this year, but this opponent will truly be the ultimate test. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Howie Roseman used devil magic to revive his career. What else can you really call it? He went from drafting Jalen Reagor in 2020 and overdrafting a quarterback who likely wouldn't amount to much and having his job roasting on an open spigot, to drafting Devontae Smith in 2021 and scoring A.J. Brown in the 2022 draft thanks to the Titans being unable to pay him. Even better, that quarterback he drafted was Jalen Hurts. At the time, they had a somewhat functioning Carson Wentz, and Hurts was considered to be a day 3 prospect who didn't have much upside. Guess what happened? Wentz completely fell apart, forcing Hurts into the reins. He did okay his first 2 years. Then this year, devil magic. Hurts manages to become one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL with rapid improvements to his game, being lethal in both the air and the ground. Oh yeah, and A.J. Brown also elevated to a potential top 5 receiver in the NFL. Oh yeah, and Devontae Smith would likely be a number 1 on any other team in the NFL. Oh yeah, and the offensive line is seriously elite. This offense could kill you in so many different ways, it's scary. The defense? Terrifying. Would you want to run the ball into Jordan Davis? Me neither. Roseman made a great move in order to trade up for him in this past draft. The linebacking core is likely the weakest link, but that's essentially nitpicking. The secondary is also great, with James Bradbury and Darius Slay being elite corners. Every ounce of this team is elite, and it shows how, until Hurts got injured, they dismantled every opponent in their way. Hurts looked good in the playoffs as well, and this team is built well together, with elite talent on both sides of the ball. It's difficult to envision them losing when they're at their peak. The reason I thought the 49ers would make the big dance over Philly was due to concern over Hurts' injury and their end-of-season slump. Well, they proved both those issues weren't of any concern and caused me to change my pick to the Eagles before the NFC Championship game. Well, I think I'm going to stick with the Eagles. The Eagles and Chiefs both have elite offenses, but the Eagles also have an elite defense. They might be able to hold the Chiefs down once in a while, and I don't know if the Chiefs' defense will be able to do much. The only thing making me pause is Mahomes. He has that killer instinct you see in Hall of Fame level quarterbacks. He can single-handedly change games. I'll stick with the Eagles for now, but I'm very cautious and could easily see Mahomes taking over the game. Thank you all very much for watching.